Hello, thank you for coming to the debate.
We are going to discuss if Capulet is self-centered and egotistic or genuinely concerned about Juliet.
I will be debating that Capulet is self-centered.
And I will be defending that Capulet is genuinely concerned about Juliet.
Let's begin.
Capulet truly cares for Juliet, as shown when he says in Act 1, Scene 2, "But woo her gentle Paris, get her heart, my will to her consent is but a part, and she agree within her choice lies my consent is but a part."
Why do you think that shows that he really cares for Juliet? Do you think you could explain that?
Well, Paris wants to marry Juliet, but Capulet is saying to wait until she agrees, and then he'll give them his blessing. And usually back then, the father would just pick the groom that they would marry, and they'd have to go with it.
Well, in Act 3, Scene 5, Capulet seems almost offended when Juliet tells him that she doesn't want to marry Paris. The quote is, "Unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom." He can't believe that she won't go along with his plans for marriage after he apparently says he's not going to pick her husband.
Well, why do you think that shows that Capulet is self-centered? It seems like he's trying to help her.
Well, he's picking a husband for her, like I mentioned previously, that he said he wouldn't do.
Well, Capulet shows other signs of being concerned for Juliet when he says in Act 1, Scene 2, "My child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more years wither in their pride, ere we may think her right to be a bride." This shows that he's concerned about her because most girls marry at a very young age, and he wants her to grow up and kind of mature more before she marries.
Well, when he says, "And you be mine, I'll give you to my friend, and you be not, hang, beg, die in the streets, for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge ye," from Act 3, Scene 5, he doesn't make it sound like he cares about her too much.
I can see where you're coming from. You make a good point. I don't have any more evidence, so I do agree that Capulet is self-centered.
Thank you. Now we are going to debate whether Romeo and Juliet are truly in love or just showing signs of the adolescent brain.
I'm going to defend the side that they're showing signs of the adolescent brain. Let's start.
When Romeo says, "Did my heart love till now, forswear its sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night," in Act 1, Scene 5, he says he loves Juliet and thinks she's the most beautiful sight he's ever seen.
Well, he's saying that she's beautiful for her looks, but he's never talked to her, so how could that show that he's truly in love with her? When Juliet says, "Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed," in Act 3, Scene 2, she's saying she wants to spend their wedding night together, and she thinks that she's in love, but it's obvious that she's just feeling lust.
But when Romeo says in Act 2, Scene 2, "But soft, what light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet the sun," he makes it sound like he loves her. Romeo saying, that she looks heavenly and is comparing her to the sun.
But again, that's showing it's just by her looks, not her personality.
That's
When
true.
Romeo says, "I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourse in our time to come," in Act 3, Scene 2, he's leading Juliet and saying soon that they can spend time together and fulfill their lustful needs.
Well, I don't have any more evidence to back up my side. You do make a good point, and I can see where Romeo and Juliet just think they're in love. Good job.
Thank you, and thank you for coming to the debate.